Hey everybody, this is Steph, and I'm continuing my challenge to myself to post 125 YouTube videos in 125 days. And today I wanted to talk about, I had heard an audio podcast where they were talking about going for hard versus going for easy. And I thought this was really interesting because I feel like there's a lot of conversation online about, whether you should, like, while pursuing what you want in life, whether you should look for hard or look for easy. And it feels like there's a lot of people on both sides of this discussion. So I thought I would just, I wanted to think about it thoroughly. I wanted to think about it in terms of, from client stories that I've heard, because I've worked with a lot of people one-on-one over the years. So just, how did they find success? What was more true for them, going towards easy or going towards hard? Also, I wanted to think about like my work in the entertainment industry and from these sets and production companies I've worked on where things went really, really well versus when things were maybe a little bit more challenging. When I think about this, I circle back to the conclusion that we've had in our group, the Crayon Playbook membership, which is that it's not hard or easy. It really depends on where you are in your process. So let me explain. Everybody has very full lives, families, children, aging parents that they're taking care of, just work, life, friends, just a full plate. And so when we think about taking on, our dreams, goals, and ambitions, even though there's something we're really excited about, a lot of times it feels like another thing to add to the plate, which can be challenging. That's why when you're starting out, I highly encourage people to look for simple and to look for easy and fun. That's another one. Fun, simple, and easy, because you want the barrier of entry to be as low as possible so you can experiment, you could try it out, you can see if this is something you'd want to do more long term. But that's not where it stays. That's what you do to try it out, to kind of, test out your idea, play with it, kind of see if this is something you'd want to do long term. But as you start to go through it, then you decide, is this something I'm going to lock in? Is this something I'm going to commit to, or did it not work out? And if you do decide to commit to it, then that's where you start to lean towards hard. And you're not going to really search for hard. I don't think you need to. I think hard will find you, unfortunately. As you do something, anything, I think the first, few days, weeks, months, depending on what it is enjoyable and fun and experimental. And then as you decide you're going to dedicate more and more of your life to it, it just starts to get more challenging. It's like climbing a mountain. At first it's exciting, but as you go further and further, it starts to get harder. And I don't think you can avoid hard, no matter, what anybody does, no matter how enjoyable it might look from the outside. I think there's some hard to all of it. But I think by doing easy first, you play around and you figure out what you really want to dedicate yourself to. And then once you know that, then you can put more muscle behind it. Then you can put more strength behind it. Then you're willing to make more sacrifices for it because you know it's what you want. I also feel like it's kind of like a car. You don't press the gas all the time. You got to have moments where you press on the gas and other moments where you ease off. And I think that's up to each individual person to figure out what works for them or works for their business or project. Because for some people, the more and more you experience, the more and more you know where your burnout, range is. And knowing that is a really important thing because then you know what you can take on and what you can't. So for me, I've gotten a lot better over the years of knowing where my limit is before I get burned out. And so now I'm pretty careful about not taking on too many projects. And I don't want to lie to you. I mean, I still don't get it perfect. There are times where I definitely think I could take one more thing on and then I burn out, but it's a lot more rare than it used to be. I think it's about being open to the times that are easy and being grateful for them, being super thankful and grateful for them and really enjoying them. And then also being open to the times that are going to be hard and challenging, because it's through our challenges that we grow physically and mentally. So either way, if it's a challenging time with your business or with your project or with the goals and you feel like you're stretching yourself, or whether it's an easy time, you're still gain some benefit from it, either the relaxation and rejuvenation from the easy times or the growth from the challenging times. I'm really enjoying doing these YouTube videos, but this is a perfect example of a challenge because my day got away from me. There was so much to do today, and even though it's the weekend, there was a lot to do. The challenges will always be there, whether it's editing a YouTube video, whether it is starting an art project, whether it's feeling like you're good at something and then you go another level further and you're like, oh, I'm horrible again. The more you stretch yourself, the more you're going to feel that gap, and it's okay. Focus on your gains, focus on everything you've accomplished to this point, and then move forward. You've got this. All right, so that's it for today. I hope this was helpful in some way. And if there's anything you want me to talk about specifically, please let me know. Again, I'm doing 125 days of YouTube videos, so there will be plenty of time for content. So please let me know if you have any ideas or anything you want to make sure that I specifically touch upon. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. So I'll see you tomorrow for another day and another video. See you then. Bye.